You are currently paying thousands of dollars for crowded beaches in Europe, while a private desert kingdom sits completely empty just for you. There is a place in the middle of the Sahara where the sand turns bright red and the rocks look like giant Gothic cathedrals. Most people think of Chad as a place of struggle, but for the elite traveler, it is the last true frontier of luxury. Forget the five-star hotels in Paris or the overwater villas in the Maldives, because those are easy to find. Chad offers something much more expensive than gold, and that is total, uninterrupted silence and complete exclusivity. Imagine being one of only a handful of people in a space the size of France, with a private crew at your service. This isn't a trip for everyone, but if you want to see the world before it gets ruined by crowds, this is your map. We are going to look at 20 ways you can experience this rugged land with the comfort of a king. The first way to truly see this country is from the seat of a private helicopter flying over the Ennedi Plateau. The Ennedi is a massive maze of sandstone that has been carved by the wind for millions of years. From the air, you can see massive natural arches and deep canyons that look like they belong on another planet. A private aerial safari allows you to skip the dusty roads and land exactly where you want to take a photo. Your pilot can set the chopper down on a high ridge just in time for you to watch the sun go down. Once you land, you will likely head to the most exclusive spot in the entire country, which is Camp Nomad. Located in Zakouma National Park, this camp is famous among luxury travelers who want to feel connected to the earth. There are no concrete walls here, only beautiful tents with hand-woven rugs and high-quality linens that feel amazing. The camp only opens for a few months a year, making it one of the hardest reservations to get in Africa. You fall asleep to the sound of lions roaring in the distance, while knowing you are perfectly safe and pampered. Speaking of water in the desert, you have to visit the Guelta d'Arche with a private expert guide. This is a hidden water hole tucked deep inside a canyon where the water has turned black over the centuries. It is home to the last surviving desert crocodiles in the Sahara, which are small but incredibly rare. Watching hundreds of camels drink from the black water while the sun hits the orange cliffs is a spiritual experience. Because you are traveling high-end, you won't be sleeping on the ground like a typical backpacker or explorer. Bespoke mobile camps can be set up specifically for your group in the middle of the Great Mordi Depression. Your crew will haul in heavy wooden furniture, silver cutlery, and private showers to the middle of the dunes. You can sit in a plush armchair with a glass of chilled wine while looking at sand that stretches forever. It feels like you are a royal explorer from 100 years ago, but with modern technology and better food. If you time your visit correctly, you can get VIP access to the Garawal Festival, held by the Woda Bay people. This is not a staged show for tourists. It is a real courtship ritual where men wear elaborate makeup and dance. As a luxury guest, your guides can arrange for you to have a private viewing area and meet the tribal elders. You get to see the bright colors and hear the rhythmic chanting without being part of a massive tour group. The cultural depth of this moment is something you simply cannot buy in a gift shop or find on social media. When night falls in the Tibesti Mountains, the sky becomes the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. Chad has some of the lowest light pollution on the planet, making it a dream for anyone who loves the stars. A high-end expedition will provide professional telescopes and an astronomer to walk you through the constellations. The Milky Way looks so thick and bright that you might feel like you could reach out and touch it. You will realize that you haven't truly seen the night sky until you have seen it from the heart of the Sahara. Eating well in the desert might seem impossible, but a private chef can make magic happen over a campfire. Imagine a 4-course meal featuring tender lamb, slow-cooked in a traditional sand oven for several hours. You might start with fresh salads grown in local oases and end with delicate French-inspired pastries and hot tea. Dining under the stars with white tablecloths on a sand dune is the definition of a core memory. It proves that luxury isn't about the building you are in, but the quality of the experience and the food. For a change of scenery, take a helicopter to the lakes of Onyanga, which are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. These are 18 interconnected lakes in the middle of one of the driest deserts in the entire world. The water is a stunning turquoise color, and it is surrounded by palm trees and bright red sand dunes. It looks like a literal mirage, but the water is real and incredibly refreshing to look at from above. Your pilot can land on the shore for a private picnic, where you can dip your toes in the water. In the historic town of Abeche, your travel designer can facilitate a private audience with a local sultan. These traditional leaders hold a huge amount of respect and power in their communities and are very wise. Sitting in a palace courtyard while drinking tea and discussing history is a level of access few will ever have. It is important to follow the correct protocol, which your guide will help you navigate with ease and grace. This isn't just sightseeing. It is a deep dive into the social fabric that holds this vast country together. The Ennedi Massif is also home to thousands of pieces of ancient rock art that most people never see. You should hire an expert archaeologist to fly with you and explain the meaning behind these Neolithic paintings. Some of these drawings show cows and giraffes, proving that this desert was once a lush, green paradise. Touching the same stone that a human painted on 7,000 years ago makes you feel very small. It is a private history lesson that beats any museum visit because you are standing in the actual gallery. If you enjoy wildlife, the Cherry River Basin offers incredible avian safaris on private, comfortable boats. You can drift down the river with a pair of high-end binoculars to spot rare birds and hippos in the water. The light on the river during the golden hour is perfect for capturing photos of the local fishermen in their canoes. It is a peaceful contrast to the harsh beauty of the desert and shows the diverse nature of the country. Your boat will have plenty of cold drinks and snacks, so you can just focus on the nature around you. The crown jewel of Chadian wildlife is the massive elephant herd found in Zakouma National Park. Only a few years ago, these elephants were in danger, but now they are thriving under very strict protection. You can watch hundreds of elephants gather at a watering hole from the safety of a private, open-top vehicle. Seeing a herd of that size is becoming rare in Africa, which makes this an incredibly precious experience. The rangers who protect them are heroes, and your visit directly helps fund their mission to save these animals. Traversing the Sahara requires a vehicle that can handle the heat and the soft sand without breaking down. A luxury expedition uses modified 4x4 SUVs that are fully air-conditioned and stocked with everything you need. You can ride in comfort while the driver navigates massive dunes that look like frozen waves of gold. There is a real thrill in being in a vehicle that can go anywhere while you sit back and enjoy the view. These machines are the camels of the modern world, designed to keep you safe in the most extreme conditions. No trip to Chad is complete without taking part in a traditional tea ceremony with nomadic families. This is a slow process where the tea is poured from high up to create a thick foam in the glass. You will usually be offered 3 rounds of tea. The first is bitter like life, the second is sweet like love, the third is mild like death, and taking the time to drink all 3 shows you respect their culture. It is a quiet moment of connection that reminds you that hospitality is a universal language. Lake Chad is another must-see, even though the lake has been shrinking and changing for many decades. You can take a private boat expedition to explore the floating islands and meet the people who live on them. The landscape is constantly shifting, which makes every trip to the lake a unique and unrepeatable event. It is a place of incredible resilience and beauty that tells a story about the changing climate of our planet. Having a local expert with you is key to understanding the complex ecosystem of this famous body of water. For those who love to capture memories, you can book a photography masterclass with a world-class professional. They will teach you how to handle the difficult lighting of the desert and how to photograph people with respect. The textures of the sand and the faces of the nomads are some of the best subjects an artist could ask for. You will come home with a portfolio of images that look like they belong in a high-end travel magazine. Having a pro by your side ensures you don't miss the perfect shot when the light hits just right. The Tibesti volcanoes are the highest peaks in the Sahara and offer a completely different climate to explore. You can go on a botanical tour to find rare plants that only grow in these high-altitude volcanic soils. The air is cooler up there, and the jagged black rock creates a dramatic contrast with the yellow sand below. It is one of the most remote places on the entire continent and feels like the very edge of the world. Reaching the summit gives you a view that very few humans have ever seen with their own eyes. When you return to the capital city of N'Djamena, you should treat yourself to some fine dining at La Centrale. The city has a surprising amount of French influence, which shows up in the quality of the bread and wine. You can enjoy a fusion of local spices and French techniques while sitting in a sophisticated, cool dining room. It is the perfect way to transition back from the wild desert to the comforts of modern civilization. The contrast between the rugged dunes and a perfectly cooked steak au poivre is part of the Chad charm. One of the most underrated luxury experiences here is the sense of wellness that comes from total seclusion. You can spend a few days in a meditation retreat in the silence of the Mordi Depression with no phone signal. Without the noise of the modern world, your mind finally has the space to rest and recharge completely. This kind of mental luxury is something that even the most expensive hotels in the city cannot provide. It is a chance to find yourself in the middle of nowhere and come back feeling like a brand new person. Before you leave, you can go souvenir sourcing for the highest quality leatherwork in the entire region. Chadian leather is famous for being soft and durable, and you can find beautiful bags and sandals in the markets. Your guide can take you to the best artisans who still use traditional methods to dye and stitch their goods. Buying directly from the maker ensures you get a piece that is authentic and supports the local economy. These items are far more meaningful than anything you could buy in a standard airport duty-free shop. Now, planning a trip like this is not as simple as booking a flight online, because the logistics are intense. Chad is a massive country with very little infrastructure, so you need to rely on private aviation for everything. Small charter planes are the only way to move between the desert and the national parks without wasting days. These flights are expensive, but they give you the gift of time and a view that is worth every single penny. You also need a team that understands the local security protocols to ensure your trip is smooth and safe. A high-end travel company will handle all the permits and government liaisons, so you never have to worry. They provide professional security details that are discreet but highly effective at keeping you and your gear safe. Health is another big factor, and luxury tours include high-level medical kits and full evacuation insurance. Having this safety net allows you to relax and enjoy the adventure without any nagging fears in your mind. You are in good hands, which is the ultimate luxury when you are thousands of miles from the nearest hospital. The best time to visit is between November and February, when the heat is much more manageable for humans. The nights can be surprisingly cold, so you need to pack high-tech fabrics that keep you warm and cool. Your packing list should also include professional camera gear and plenty of sunscreen to protect your skin. Despite the harsh environment, traveling to Chad can be a very sustainable and impactful way to spend your money. Your tourist dollars help pay for the protection of elephants and the salaries of local guides and drivers. By visiting these remote areas, you are helping to preserve a way of life that is under pressure from the world. Chad is truly the last great adventure for the traveler who thinks they have seen everything there is to see. It challenges you, it changes you, and it shows you a side of beauty that is raw and completely honest. If you are tired of the same old luxury destinations, it is time to look toward the heart of the Sahara. You will leave with a new perspective on what it means to be alive and what it means to be free. Check our video descriptions for the best deals in hotels and accommodation, flights, attractions and tours, travel eSIMs and insurance, transfers and airport services, trains and buses, car and bike rentals, cruises, package tours.